Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome to Crusader Kings 3, which is back today because we just picked up the great big new expansion, Tours and Tournaments, and this is precisely the sort of thing I want to see a Crusader Kings expansion focused on. Big complex events you can run in peacetime that provide loads of opportunities for characters to interact in interesting, unique ways, loads of roleplay potential, and loads of really obscure ways to specialise characters, so you can dedicate an entire ruler's life to becoming the greatest board games champion in the history of humanity. No, I'm not joking, that's a real thing. So, oh yes, I feel like this is gonna be just my cup of tea. So the year is 867 and naturally I want to build a realm that is famous across the world for its incredible tournaments and events, and I think there's only one place it would be right to do that. Here we go, the Byzantine Empire, and chill out down the comments, I can hear you already typing down there. I know some of you prefer Byzantine, both are acceptable, and if you don't calm down I'm going to start pronouncing it in the correct Greek way, Byzantion, and that's just going to annoy everybody. But no, let's just zoom in a bit further, right here on the Duchy of Achaia. So if we just zoom in right over here, yes, somewhere around this bit of the world, we will have the ruins of Olympia, the site of the Olympic Games, and yes, unfortunately, I do mean ruins, because we're about 400 or 500 years after Rome got a bit aggressive about the whole Christianity versus paganism thing, and yes, shut the old Olympics down, only really being revived after the Greek War of Independence against the Ottomans. But no. I say, let's kick those back off a millennium early. Okay, here we go. Duke Crusader of Achaia, and unfortunately, yes, we're starting a bit on the small side here. I really don't have much land, by which I mean, yes, I've literally got one county. The Counts of Laconia, Messenia, and Achaia all report into me. I report directly into the Emperor because, yes, there is no King of Hellas, at least for the time being. Gotcha. Oh, and I tell you what, I am actually a really cocking smart cookie. Okay, learning of 20, excellent, and also martial, pretty damn solid, though my hand-to-hand combat is pretty poor. I'm better at the, directing other people to stab each other than the actual stabbing myself. But still, this is a really good starting point, because yes, generally tournaments are going to be divided into one of two categories. Either they're going to be tests of intelligence, or they're going to be tests of martial skill. So yeah, this is actually a really good character to start with. Oh, and the game is just desperate for me to get started straight away. So activity available, Grand Tournament and Grand Tours. This is the reason, by the way, I chose to play as a Duke. Because your basic counts don't have access to all the advanced super activities. They only get like, basic versions. Still, let's dive into the new stuff, shall we? Just like we once gained royal courts, now we've gained activities. Well, we've not just got the grand activities, we've also got some of the older ones that used to just be, fairly generic decisions. They've been bulked up a bit too. Though the game may be getting a bit excited right now and saying, John, jump into a grand activity, you may notice straight away, they are a bit on the expensive side. Like, a grand tour, just going and visiting my 3 tiny vassals, yeah, that costs like 300 gold. I do not have 300 gold. Now, we might be able to get the cost down a bit if we did it on a budget, but let's not worry about that for now. We definitely need to, yes, get the economy fixed up before we think about anything. Fortunately, that's not the only way to go and enjoy a nice tournament. Other people are going to be throwing tournaments too, and you can choose to attend them or not. So, yes, just over the water, Sultan Ahmad's running a grand tournament. Here we go, all the way down over here. So it's been flagged to me because it's in range of me. I assume the same as diplomatic range. To the impotent Chrysafios. Okay, this is not off to a good start. Me and him possibly aren't really friends, but we're still civil enough he invites me to his tournament. So I'm organising a grand tournament. We'll start with board games, yes! Board games, let's go. Oh, you are going to regret calling me impotent. Because 1, I can literally bring 2 children with me. And 2, I am going to kick your ass at board games, mates. Oh yeah, him and his average intelligence, I am going to slaughter him at Settlers of Catan. So this is going to be a board game tournament, meaning yes, it has a particular format. Knockout on this occasion. Once that's done, there's going to be a big ceremony where everybody gives me a medal and ideally a giant pile of money, and finally, a conclusion. The advantage, of course, to going to somebody else's tournament is you don't have to pay for the tournament, but you still might walk away with a nice prize pool. So, yes, I might be able to go to this guy's tournament, upset everybody by winning even though they all hate me, and then use the prize pool to put on a better competition back in IKEA. Aw, I like this expansion already. And simultaneously, they've taken this opportunity to rework how you travel from point A to point B. Because yes, I was saying this right from the launch of Crusader Kings 3. Pilgrimages in particular were a bit uninspiring, because you just clicked the button saying you were going on a pilgrimage, then you just got a couple of random events on the road, you magically appeared where you were supposed to be going, you did 1 or 2 events, you came back home and it was completely uneventful. Now if you want to travel a long distance, you've actually got to go on a journey. And that means you've got to factor 2 things into consideration. 1, is it a safe journey? And 2, the activity is starting on the 14th of April. I can't even get there until the 25th, meaning I'd miss the Settlers of Catan tournament. Though, to be honest, I feel like, yes, we might be able to shave a couple of days off if we just worked on our navigation a bit, because I swear, that giant diversion to roads, we don't need to do that. And that's what these here travel options are for. So, okay, step 1, we need to get there a bit faster, and a handful of mercenary guards will help us do that. Marvellous. Okay, better, but we're still a bit shy, but that's fine if we just appoint a caravan master. Okay. We might actually just have a pretty bloody good caravan master right here. One of my courtiers is apparently pretty bloody good at this business because, okay, learning and stewardship put together, that's what makes you a good caravan master. In fact, if we make her caravan master, I don't even need to pay for those bloody caravan guards. Though, okay, so slight issue. Without any guards whatsoever, there is just, the slight issue that the sea is incredibly dangerous and full of, like, pirates and stuff. But that's okay, because yes, the vast majority of the danger is coming from the sea. That means we can buy some very experienced captains who can sort that out for me. So yes, just 10 gold, highly experienced captain, all of a sudden, there's a lot less danger. I mean, we've not completely eliminated the risk. There's still, a small chance of danger en route. We might need to, jettison one of my children over the edge in order to, lose some weight or something. But we'll deal with that as it comes up if need be. And then finally at the other end, yes, we are kind of walking through a very, very hostile nation. Like, hostile enough that the invitation specifically called me impotent. So, yes, we might want to factor in the land portion of the journey at the end. That might be a bit risky too. So this is across floodplains as we approach the destination of the Settlers of Catan tournaments. Well, okay, someone who's good at dealing with that sort of environment, they're nice and cheap, so okay, there's definitely still a chance of danger. I might still get a bit stabbed on my way to the board games tournament, including, fascinatingly, in Argos, because the mayor of the local city just doesn't like me very much. But you know what? We'll just have to flippy go for it. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, one thing does occur, though, which is, though it would make a dramatic entrance, there is the slight issue that if there is any delay from any event whatsoever, I miss the tournament. So in which case I'm going to, drop the forter and hire the mercenary guards. They are like, in general, very, very useful indeed in terms of travel safety. We're just traveling with a good entourage. They're going to mean I get there way, way earlier. I've got like a week spare in case I run into trouble en route. So okay, let's spend almost half of the duchy's entire treasury travelling to a board game competition where the host really obviously doesn't want me to arrive. However, this does lead to a couple of really rather cool things, which is, I'm now literally travelling across the map, that's me, with my walking stick, and as time goes by, I'm going to literally walk across my land, onto the ocean, etc, etc, which are, I find that just so bloody pleasing, that you can literally track yourself going across the map. You don't just generate some events and then just, arrive by magic out of a tunnel you dug or something. You actually see where you're going. And your background even updates to where you are in your journey. So right now I'm up in the mountains, which is beautiful. And then as we just move down into the plains, there we go. We are now in the open countryside. Spectacular. But more importantly, yes, because I'm going on a 6-month round trip to play Settlers of Catan, that means I'm going to be a bit, busy, not managing my own territory anymore. and that means someone else has to do it for me. The brand new regency system. So by default, yes, my partner, the Duchess, is going to be my regent. We are in fact officially power sharing, and regency has its own bloody succession queue as well, so if she ends up dead, then yes, this guy, the Count, gets to be regent instead, so oh yeah, all of a sudden, there's a lot of incentive to maybe knock off the regent, because if you become the regent, there's a whole bunch of really cool executive powers you get access to, and yes, potentially being regent can be a really good jumping off point to just becoming a permanent duke or whatnot. For the time being though, she's nice and chill, she works for me, she likes me, should all be fine. And yes, I'm going to give her the general direction to focus on making as much money as possible, because we're going to be needing a lot of money to pay for my dumb tournament trips. Speaking of which, that is true, so oh bloody hell, I think my emperor is also on the road right now. Everyone's just, enjoying going to various tournaments, because you know what, they're fun. Buddy, I need to pay you less tax, but I will happily, yes, give you more troops as a result of that. You're welcome. And as for my vassals, okay, Messenia is paying me more tax than anybody else. Buddy, accordingly, I need you to pay more tax. Okay, up to 0.4, I love it. But don't worry, I am not going to be a monster about this. I am going to make this fair, so you can give me less troops, no problem whatsoever, and you seem like a competent cookie, you get to be on the council, guaranteed forever. Then we'll just toss in, yes, stewardship focus, go over to wealth immediately, and we'll start moving towards avarice. Put all that in play, okay, we're up to 2.1, that's lovely, that'll pay for, yes, my next tournament in no time whatsoever. Especially if there's a good prize pool down at this tournament. Right, looks like for the time being my wife has decided to see me off, so in just a moment as time goes by, we should now be out onto the open ocean. Lovely, I'm sure she's just, here to let me know she's doing a good job of running the realm and... Okay, she's probably not, literally here. This is probably just indicating, hey, this is your regent, chilling out in the background, 100% not about to stab you. Also, okay, seriously, we did not need to go all this way round roads. It would have been fine if we hadn't, though. The real danger is, yes, when we get to this bit of the world, because they do not like me. There could be a lot of stabbing going on, potentially, and, so hang on. Hang on. I just realised I've brought both my children with me to the board game tournament, so... okay, if someone wanted to wipe me and my entire line out, this would be a really good time to do it. So okay, so far the guards have done a good job, but okay. The moment we arrive in, yes, Egypt proper, things start going a bit wrong. Because now we're into dangerous territory, okay? My captain and guards have kept me safe when we're on the sea, but now we're hitting much worse events. I've possibly rolled the dice a bit unluckily there. So, right, Theodosius is avoiding me. Who's Theodosius, precisely? One of my courtiers. Apparently he's just joined me because maybe he's into board games. He does seem a bit on the smart side. We may not have the best relationship, but the attitude's starting to tire me, especially when I overhear him defaming me. Oh dear. Oh flippy dear, buddy. Okay, you know what? Screw it. You're going in the dungeon. I'm here to have a lovely Settlers of Catan tournament, and I brought you along because you enjoy Settlers of Catan too. So okay, you're being locked in the caravan brig or something. Into the cell you go. And we're not done yet either. Okay, we're running into event after event at this point. Tempting fruit. Scan for dangers ahead, but there's a rustling bush. Maybe a wild animal. But no, instead... that's my son. I'm pretty sure that's my son and heir. Yep, that's my son and heir right there. Let me see what you've got. Some kind of fruit. It looks and smells so delicious. Maybe I'll just take a bite. No. No, son. Do not do that. So, okay. Possible outcomes. I could grab it, but... right. Unknown plant rash. And also, okay, we both gain unknown plant rash. Tiny penalty to health, and also we're going to be slightly ugly. Okay, so the stupid idiot has just brought me something that's going to irritate both of our skins. Good, 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 good. Or I can just say, you know what, I didn't like my son that much anyway. Unknown plant sickness. So, okay, he's not going to be so good in a fight, but then he's like, a child. So he probably wouldn't be doing that anyway. It's a harmless plant after all. 100 lifestyle. And also, ooh. Okay, possibly it is in fact good for him. So, stress loss up, prowess up. I mean, honestly, it sounds like, yes, it's a good thing, though possibly it's also drugs. Okay, just eat the drugs, because I personally don't want to have a rash during my Settlers of Catan tournament, okay? So you can just eat that. He's now gained unknown plant bliss for 5 years. Okay, that might have been quite a strong drug. And okay, things are getting very serious now we're over here in Egypt, because apparently, yes, the roads are just swimming in people who really cocking hate me. I'm going to assume these people have been paid by the local sultan, who is terrified of me showing up and sweeping the board game competition. So, okay, we're taking a brief rest to get some water. Stone bridge where the path turns. A couple of men rest with their backs against the parapet. One hits the other on the side and points at our group. Alright, this is actually a toll bridge. So we're being shaken down. 5 gold is really not that much, all things considered. I could yell at them, but... okay, it's 50-50 whether they believe me, because I'm a long way from a home. That makes perfect sense. This is also intrigue and prowess, and I do not really have either. Alternatively, yes, I can send Demetrius, my personal knight, to go and take them on. But there is a chance this could end badly. My knight does appear to be pretty damn solid, all things considered. 2/3 chance of him actually, yes, coming out on top and wounding Yasiya, and he might even gain a perk that will make him a better commander. Alternatively, Demetrius could end up wounded. I'm going to give it a go. So as a result... okay, he just ended up wounded, and while that was happening, we basically said screw it and ran over the bridge. I'm so sorry, Demetrius, that didn't end well for you, and, oh yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. Here we go. It's a grand tournament. Oh, this is lovely. Because, yes, this is not just a single event. There are multiple stages, multiple phases, and various ways we can tip the deck in our favour. So, that's me and the Sultan just hanging out and having a good laugh, which is weird because apparently he hates me, but what can you flippin' do? And there's no time to lose. I must begin preparing. I must be a victor at absolutely any cost. I can't wait for it to start. Okay, this is going to be absolutely fine. Just pause timer for the moment. We are currently guaranteed to qualify because, yes, if too many people show up, not everyone gets to take part. But because I am inherently pretty bloody good at wits and smarts and whatnot, yeah, I'm already well on target to be part of the competition. But that's not the only reason I'm here, and also why are you flexing your muscles? It's a board game competition, buddy, it's fine. We could also focus on, yes, just recreation, getting rid of some stress, finding some lovely knights to recruit, though, honestly, finding knights at the Settlers of Catan tournament feels like an odd thing, but whatever. And, of course, you know, then there's alternative bits and pieces. Sometimes you're not going to the Settlers of Catan tournament because you actually want to be good at Settlers of Catan. Sometimes you're there because your opponent might need to end up dead. And seriously, a lot of people can come to tournaments, so yeah, you could take out some really big important people potentially. And on the more pleasant side, yes, you could work on trying to make a friend, or indeed seduce somebody. Marvellous. But no, I'm here to cocking win, because I don't know what the prize pool is, but I want it. The contest begins, and I've picked up a brand new trait because, yes indeed, these days you can specialise way more than you used to. Like, you know, being good with a bow is not just a case of, hey, you've got the bow-related hunter perk anymore. Oh no, you can really truly specialise, and some of these perks are ridiculously good. So, you know, if I just show a bit of wit during this competition, I might ultimately end up with Diplomacy +1. Nice, not bad at all, but if I become a cocking board game master, all of a sudden, my armies start moving faster. Because apparently I'm so good at moving little pieces around a board, my armies literally start running more swiftly. Which I'm sure makes a huge amount of sense. Lifestyle experience up 10%. Diplomacy up +1. But seriously, army movement speed is cocking huge. Being a master of the bow, that's army gold maintenance down 25%. You stack that with a few other army maintenance perks down, you could get some cheap bloody armies. On foot, you gain bonus knights, men-at-arm regiments, +2, prowess per stress level up. That is just absolutely spectacular. Then we've got, yep, renown up from being a master horseman, there are just some really, really cool perks going on here. Oh, there is one interesting thing though. While I'm here, my learning is actually only 18 because, yes, my wife is not providing spouse bonuses anymore because she's too busy back at home being the regent, so my spouse bonuses aren't available. That's really cool. But okay, let's get to the competition proper. I'm still feeling pretty bloody solid here, so, yep, everybody takes their place at the table, fluffing cushions, requesting refreshments, the herald announces the contest commencement. And as for the games themselves, the pieces have been polished to a mirror sheen. I'm glad we're taking this seriously. So the qualifiers have come to an end. I am part of the final 8. I was one of the 8 most qualified people to show up. So, yes, don't show up to every competition if you don't necessarily think you're going to be able to compete properly. Or if you do, make sure you arrive early enough to, sabotage your competitors and maybe, do a bit of bribery, cheating, purchasing better equipment, etc, etc. So, okay. A man called Latif has entered this year with the recommendation of a local lord. Little is known about him, but apparently he's the favourite. And I won't deny, he's smarter than me. That's a bit on the scary side. However, we're not taking him on first. Instead, we're taking on this lovely chappie right here. So, okay, I really ought to be able to defeat this bastard. And apparently, I can also place a bit of a bet here, so I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I could potentially comfortably bet on myself on this occasion. Oh, never mind, you're not allowed to bet on yourself. Okay, there are rules about that, apparently. So, okay, fine. Who do I want to bet on who's in one of the different games? And, I won't deny, yes, Latif is definitely looking like he might be an absolute ringer on this occasion. You, meanwhile, intelligence of 8. Oh, blimey! Okay, I may have been slightly ahead of myself in this tournament. This might be a bit harder than I thought, actually. I mean, Cameron is deemed to be an absolute flipping safe bet under the circumstances, but I mean, to be honest, yeah, Latif is apparently looking pretty bloody good. I'm just going to put 5 on him, just in case he does actually, ultimately end up beating me, because if so, at least I make some money out of it. So, there we go. I'll put down a nice 5 right there, lovely. Vowed to myself I'd win this contest, fair and square, but oh dear. Okay. As my intent has triumphed, now I have the opportunity to do a bit of cheating. But unfortunately, yes, I suspect this is going to be intrigue focus, and there is a good chance my sabotage is going to be detected. And if my sabotage does get detected, then presumably, yes, I may get disqualified. I'm gonna leave this. I feel like, yes, I'm not set up to cheat. This is no way to win, though apparently this is going to make me very stressed out due to my callous nature. So that's fine. There we go. So, the table flips with an almighty thwack, sending the chess pieces flying. Oh, we're not playing Settlers of Catan. Well, that's sad. Moonus's mood turned suddenly several moves ago, as he realised this upon mistake had all but decided the game in my favour. Yes, you win. Are you happy, he whines? And yes, this was the guy who was not that sharp, though potentially, yet intriguing enough to try and sabotage the game. So, right. I can knock him out formally by demanding the pieces be picked up, but okay. He's going to lose some prestige and also lose opinion. Come, let's go back a few moves. Oh. Okay. I can literally let him have a do-over, which would be very generous of me. Or alternatively, I spend a bit of prestige to basically gloat at him. Though, oh bloody hell, that would be very stressful. Okay, I'm too much of a horrible person to do the nice thing, but I kind of feel like I need to, for the simple reason I need the practice against this idiot to have any chance against, the big leaders. So, screw it. I'm going to be nice to you. My score's going to go up. Wow. Quite a bit, actually. Good. So I very politely allowed him to, keep fighting. Now we've got the soft click of moving pieces disturbing my calm. We're deep into the endgame now. The gamer hangs in the balance. I ponder what's happened already, such as when my opponent overturned the table entirely with an almighty crash. How this game ends is anyone's guess. Margin of victory is so small, and the cost of errors so large. So okay. We have got ourselves a combined learning and martial challenge. Honestly, yeah, that should work pretty in my favour, but yeah, there is still a good chance my score could go down. Alternatively, learning and diplomacy. Again, same basic deal. Time for a daring move or playing it safe. I mean, playing it safe when I'm already winning and I'm in a good position strikes me as a good idea. So, we'll put up the score just a little bit. Oh. Okay. The move itself might not have been the best option, but it's soon clear there's no coming back for Muniz. He fell right into my trap. Overall, my high intelligence came through for me. So my last move clicks on the board, the judges call an end. I have won, though I am very stressed out by it. So okay, next round, don't do that again. Gotcha. So, the quarterfinals are now over. Next up, we have got, yes, me from IKEA, and next up, we have got... Right, Cameron's still in the game. We knew he was a problem, and... Oh! Okay, so, right. Latif was knocked out, so I just put some money on. Well, that's bloody annoying. Unfortunately, right, we have got... Hang on, you're on 12. I might stand a chance against you. You're the vicious bastard, and I'm taking you on in the semis. That's a problem, which is... Oh, the other semi's so much weaker. I could have had the other semi. I could have at least got to the final. Okay, so my dreams of coming in and ruining this tournament by just, you know, crushing everybody, not necessarily going to work out that well. I'm at a huge disadvantage versus this bastard, as it turns out. So, okay. My fellow contestant Cameron, I can literally just concede at this point. So, okay, no. We're going to try and do this. Though if the option to cheat comes available, I might be willing to try and cheat, because here we go. Sleight of hand. The game of chess seems to be going pretty well. I'm thinking 3, 4, maybe even 5 moves ahead, but then he makes a move that causes my intricate strategy to melt away like a snowdrop in a candle's flame. If I don't do something rash, I will surely lose the match. Okay, so he is absolutely kicking my ass right now. I could say I won't cheat, but... if I don't cheat, I'm basically going to lose. So, okay. This is an intrigue challenge. He's a genius, but he doesn't have a cunning bone in his body. If I can knock him out, I've actually got a chance in the final. This could maybe work. Come on, let's do this. And, oh yeah. Though I just had, possibly a small mental breakdown. So, okay, my fertility level is down 10%. I am now, yes, overwhelmed by stress. But if I can just defeat this guy, I've got a chance. I genuinely have a chance now. Oh, this is the best expansion. Okay, we're deep in the end game. The gamer hangs in the balance. What do I need to do? So, okay, I feel like playing it safe is, well, actually, you know what? Playing it safe is looking solid here. Which of these are, yeah, intrigue challenges? Because I might actually be able to do that pretty well. I mean, also bear in mind, his martial is also terrible. He's just all about the learning. So, if this is actually a challenge of my learning and martial versus his, yeah, my martial can make up for my low learning. That's probably why, yeah, the actual score is looking pretty good. I mean, this is a 75% chance. It's got to be the right way to go. So, okay. I think we've just successfully knocked him out, but I'm also having some, yes, like, small mental crisis at this point. Hang on, I've pressed the opening into an advantage. I've knocked him out. Latif was knocked out of the quarterfinals. Cameron's out now. That means I am by far the favourite going into... Holy flip, I might actually pull this off. Okay, but also I am having a mental breakdown in the middle of the desert. So... I'm being distracted by my erotic fantasies. Now is not the time. We're playing Settlers of Catan. Stay focused, damn it. Okay, I'm so obsessed with my erotic fantasies, I ought to get into horses instead. Okay, that's a weird jump, and I don't want to get into that. Let's just not explore that full stop. But I would gain the trait athletic. I mean, to be honest, that's pretty good, all things considered. That might help me in upcoming tournaments. So... okay, there we go. I'm now athletic. Beautiful. And I'm also no longer having a mental breakdown. Victory. I cannot believe I just beat Cameron. I mean, by cheating admittedly, but he wasn't smart enough to spot it, so it's fine. Okay, who won the other semi? So it's Hafsa in the final. And there we go with, okay. Intelligence of only 12 and intrigue of only 2, though martial is reasonable. So okay. This is still going to be a bit of a tough one. So okay, we're straight into the final here, and straight away I'm at an 80% progress to victory. Just because, yeah, I assumed that's set by my starting intelligence versus hers. So straight away, we're having a pretty good game here. I'm doing solidly. Now, I could refuse to cheat, but if I do, I'm going to have another mental breakdown. So, I feel like we shouldn't do that. However, okay, everyone's just been distracted by a squire knocking over some weapons. There's been a great big bang. So, no one's looking. I've got a 50-50 of pulling off this cheating maneuver right now. Alright, I've got... Oh, wow, my intrigue is 4. This is an intrigue check of 4 versus 2. Amazing. Okay, it's too much of a risk. It's just too much. My intrigue is not good enough to reliably do this. Okay. My score's going to decrease slightly, but I'm already way ahead. I gained some prestige, though admittedly, I'm about to have yet another mental breakdown. But last time it made me athletic, so you know what, I'm sure it's going to be fine again. That's fine. Overwhelmed by stress. That's a-okay. Learning and martial challenge. So, hang on. What was your martial? About the same as mine. So, yeah. My learning is superior. This is not bad. 40%. And also a further 25 where nothing would happen. And it's worth... Oh! I think we might flipping have her. And with that, have I actually just swept in and won the tournament. And there's no coming back for Hafsa. She fell right into my trap and... Oh, yeah. Oh, flip, yeah. 100%. I've won. I've actually won the tournament. I have no idea what the prize is. Oh, also, while that was going on, apparently my liege won their war against someone else and something Byzantine Empire. I kinda don't care, doesn't really seem to involve me. So, trumpet sound, I complete the tournament, I lose 24 stress for that. So, you know, if I get lucky, I'll avoid that next breakdown. And on top of that, the herald steps forward. I have won. I am the winner. There are none in Egypt that can match my skill. There were 2 that were way smarter. I only won by cheating. But screw it, I don't care. I've proven my worthiness beyond all doubt. I won. I actually won. So, the prize pool was 25 gold. I spent more than that getting here. Like, the journey to get to this competition genuinely cost more than the prize pool. And also, I bet on Latif, so I lost 5 gold out of that already. Still, I gained some prestige, and more importantly, I've also picked up, yes, Grand Master, so for 5 years I am known as a master of Settlers of Catan, meaning I gave myself some learning, and that is not bad. That's not bad at all. And I'll receive a prize. So, okay, I might receive like a relic I can take home with me beyond just the money. Okay, I gain 33 experience in wit, which is beautiful, and I gain a prize brooch, giving me a tiny bit of prestige a month, and not bad at all things considered. In fact, you know what, that's actually a big boost for me. And on top of that, my attraction opinion goes up. Oh yeah, bow chicka bow wow, the ladies can't keep their hands off me and my masterful Settlers of Catan strategies. Oh yeah. So while I've been away, yes, my wife has just been having fun of being in charge. Though, yes, just out of interest. Okay, she is still, like, you know, not moving up towards scales of power level 4. At which point she becomes massively entrenched. That's presumably more like for, you know, if you spend a decade off to Crusade or something. We've only been gone playing board games for 6 months. So hopefully we can just, you know, persuade her to give up power and return to just being the Duchess without too much in the way of trouble. Like, hopefully anyway. Okay, I wasn't expecting to run into an event when I got back to Greece, but apparently that's what's happened. So, there is a giant imposing woman on the road ahead of us. She is Apollonia of Laconia. She has bested dozens of men in combat, and now she's basically just attacking anybody who walks past her on the road. So, and on the other hand, she says she'll become a valuable and loyal servant if she can be bested. And she says that. She's got prowess of 11. That's, like, distinctly average. Though, hilariously, we can apparently just run her over. The whole entourage tramples Apollonia, and I find that really cocking funny. So, basically, screw you. We just ran her straight over, and we've made it home magnificent. So, yes, we travelled for 235 days and visited 17 baronies. Thank goodness I could go inside again, and I've also gained 2 trait experience in a horse. Lovely. Meanwhile, the Regency ended, the Duchess gained a giant pile of prestige because, you know, it's just somewhat prestigious to have been in charge, at least for a tiny bit of time, and we didn't need to make any concessions to her. Absolutely spectacular. Oh, and she is even more into me because of my lovely sexy prize brooch. Oh, yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. Bow chicka bow wow, let's get some more airs out. And also, okay. You help me manage my domain a bit. Because, yes, that's gotta be worth an extra 0.1 gold. Lovely. And on top of that, I did indeed gain enough experience in my contest of wits to go up to diplomacy +1 too. Though, honestly, diplomacy is not that spectacular for me. These aren't mutually exclusive, by the way. Like, you can go up to max rank on every single one of these if you just want to dedicate your entire life to taking part in tournaments. Though, that would be, you know, a bit on the expensive side. So, okay, honestly, at this point, yes, I just need some money. So let's just let the beautiful stewardship experience tick in and keep a very close eye as to whether anybody else runs any nearby tournaments. Okay, so it turns out the new travelling system is used for a lot more than I originally thought it was. So, yeah, these days it's even interacting with Royal Court. If I want to petition my liege, say, I can't just do that anymore. Instead, I need to literally travel to his court, and yeah, depending on the size of the empire, that might be quite a long journey. But I feel like that's worth it, because 100% I could be a better steward than this stupid bastard. And on top of that, there's got to be some good benefits to me being the imperial steward for the entire Byzantine Empire. And on this occasion, right, we're going by land by default. So let's just get rid of the people I've previously paid for. How dangerous is this whole process? Because, okay, potentially a little bit on the dangerous side, like 26, 24. Some of this is nice and safe. Like, you know, once we get to the lovely smooth bit up here, generally it's pretty cool. Though, okay, there's also hills. Gotta be careful of hills, potentially. Then again, by the looks of it, yes, my current caravan master just isn't really doing the job. Potentially, yes, my acclaimed knight Demetrius, he could do a lot better job keeping me safe and also getting us moving a lot faster. Oh yeah, with him in place, together with just some basic mountaineers to deal with, yeah, the slightly more rocky terrain we're going over. Okay, this is going to be a much nicer, easier route. Fine. I think we just had a fairly inexperienced caravan master last time. So in which case, yeah, just 10 gold, and if I can get a council position out of it, brilliant. So okay, I'm off again. Have fun ruling the country, darling. And here we go. We're coming in. The game's figured out what I want. Yes, I would like to be the steward. That would be magnificent. Sits in silence for several moments. Make some good points. If I'm to agree to this, I'd need something in return. Okay, what precisely are you talking about, buddy? So, spend 75 prestige, attempt to convince him by other means. A fair offer. What are we talking about here? 50 gold up front. Okay, try and spend the prestige instead to win him round. And if possible... And, okay, here comes Theophanes. Who's Theophanes? Okay, that's the Patriarch of the Church. And I can call over the Marshal, but, yeah, that's a Marshal challenge. Marshal is not my strong suit. Instead, Theophanes, Stewardship challenge. I mean, it's 50-50, but apparently it's all I flipping got, so... I am now... Yes, we got away with it! Okay, we didn't need to pay money, and I am indeed the brand new steward. Spectacular. We've also encountered a small shrine. Here lies St. Demetra of Thrace, blessed daughter of Kipsala. So okay, this seems like a local spiritual figure, and ooh, this isn't official orthodoxy. So I can desecrate the tomb, which is marked in green, which is hilarious, so okay. The church would like me, and that's kind of important, because right now, yes, my own priest hates me. So, okay, back over to council. Yeah, he's at -40. We need to do something about that. So, yes, desecrate the tomb. Brilliant. Though, okay, possibly... That's the Emperor. Right. I'm desecrating tombs inside the Emperor's territory. This feels like a bad thing, in a way. But the church is gonna like it, so it's gonna be fine. Oh, now look at that. Look at my pay for being the Imperial Steward. Right there. Taxes at +3 a month. Domain taxes at +10%. Building construction -10%. And also monthly lifestyle. That was worth it. That was 100% worth it. And I've got this position for like several years yet. Boom. I love it. Okay, I'm almost back home, and I've just encountered the event, What the Duck. So, I've heard a quacking noise, and I could choose to follow the quacking, or say, screw ducks, I don't care. I'm following the duck. That's not a duck, and apparently it is. It's a wolf! So, well, this is all incredibly stressful. Right, that wasn't a duck, it was a wolf. Meaning, oh, cock me. Right, I now need to fight a wolf because I followed a duck into the bushes. Well, this is highly unexpected. The best bet I've got is to attempt to scare the beast off, which, if it works, will actually be worth a fair bit of prestige to me. So, screw it. I'm going to fight the beast, and I did, but bloody hell, it stressed me out a bit. Right, that was a way bigger adventure than I was expecting. Okay, with money coming in thick and fast, it's time to start thinking about our own tournaments. Because there are plenty of ways I can get the cost down a bit if my domain is set up correctly. Some events in particular are super easy to get the cost down. So, yes, militia camps are right here. You can get the cost of an archery contest down by 50% just by building a militia camp. Obviously, that's not for me. No, 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 no. So, yes, instead, we need to get the lovely thinky tournaments down. Though you can only do that by 10% by building a warrior lodge. Presumably, you know, inspiring epic songs or whatnot. So, okay, let's get one of those built right now. Okay, building's been completed, which is brilliant, and we've also been, yes, just saving up some money. My bishop's even come round, though hilariously, yes, the church holding is so poor, it literally gets me no money whatsoever. So okay, that was worth doing, clearly. Okay, I think we've almost got enough money to consider putting on the greatest tournament of all time. But it's not always got to be, you know, an event that big and ridiculous and huge. Just next door, my friend the Duke of Athens has put on a much smaller contest. This is just a basic hunt. Nice and cheap, nothing too dramatic. Hardly my specialisation, but it's worth going along. Especially if your neighbours are running it, because you might be able to, you know, boost your reputation with them a bit. Plus, this has its own set of unique upgradable skills too. So you can do some hunting or some falconing, and seriously, just look at that. Some of the benefits are really nice. And because it's next door, it's a nice, short, easy trip, so go on, why not? We'll go say hi to the neighbours while we're passing by. Here we go, the hunt has begun, and somebody spotted the stag. So, it's out there somewhere watching us through the tall grass. So come, it's getting away, so immediately we're attempting to corner the stag. But I'm not doing that, okay? He's doing something dangerous, that's fine. I'm just standing at the back and watching him do it, because honestly, if he gets himself killed, me and him don't get on that well. To be honest, also, various mayors are insulting each other. The Duke of Athens insults a different mayor. Okay, someone's crying now. Oh, this is going very badly. So, we can't keep up with it, and it's immediately naffed off. Dear flipping dear. And the hunt has completely failed, because we were all terrible hunters, and everyone started yelling at each other. So, okay, his hunt's been an absolute disaster. As far as I'm concerned, that means that my party, that I'm about to put together, is gonna look so much better by comparison. Okay, it's time. I'm gonna put on my own tournament. So here we flipping go. Host a grand tournament, prestige, stress loss, trait experience, acclaim knights, gain glory, probably not, given, you know, this isn't really going to be a knight thing, to be perfectly honest, so, it's going to cost around 260, but, no. I think we might make this one a bit fancier, actually, because I want to do a singing contest. That's right, competitive ancient karaoke. And I can either choose to spectate or take part. Oh no. No. I'm flipping taking part, though, is it wrong to take part in your own competition? That does feel a bit on the wrong side, but screw it, I'm doing it anyway. So okay, for now, the contest costs are very nice and low, because it's just a bunch of people sitting around singing a song. The trick, however, is going to be, yes, how fancy I choose to make it. So we could put up, luxurious encampments, meaning things are going to go well, and ideally, people are going to want to, okay, that was really expensive. That's a big step up, potentially. Then, there's also a really bloody huge prize. Is that also... Okay, that's also very expensive. I'm going to say that. It's only 300 golds. Like, let's just put on the best tournament ever. It's going to be great. And if I want to, yes, I could also put in somebody to represent me. Though, on this occasion, I am much smarter than everyone else. So no, I should be my own champion. Okay, while I am taking part, because, like, you know, it would be a bit ungracious for me to be trying too hard, I'm gonna focus on recreation, so if I lose, that's fine, okay? I'll be really gracious and a good host about it. In which case, begin the grandest karaoke contest of all... I've just invented Eurovision, haven't I? I didn't mean to do this, but I just invented Eurovision a millennium early. Okay, people have started arriving, and John, do not forget, you should probably go over to, yes, the biggest focus you can, scholarship, right there. Let's get that moving in the right direction, please. So that's a big old pile of extra learning, because if I do win, that would be great. Nothing wrong with that, so, okay, life is good. Also, I'm going to be needing my wife's help on this. Bit of, oh yeah, 26 learning. Okay, I am going to write the best poem ever. And yes, we've now got ourselves at several months before the tournament begins. Beautiful, meaning on this occasion, I've got a bit of time to be, you know, perusing the shops and whatnot. Well, I do have some spare money burning a hole in my pocket, so artisan quarters, let's go. Here we flippy go. We can actually do a bit of shopping on this occasion. And it would appear that, okay, this chappie is apparently attending the competition and he's already paying for really bloody fancy bits and pieces. So, I could, you know, potentially burn that if I just wanted to screw this guy over. But instead, no. 20 gold to get me an exquisite crest. Oh yeah, tiny bit of bonus renown. Renown is lovely, let's go. So okay, after I've done that, I have to wait for about 2 weeks before I can get into the next location. Dukes are arriving, okay. The fancier the people that arrive, the better. That just gets me prestige just because fancy people came to my party. I'm going to go to the temple and pray, because my faith has got to be pretty bloody good, though. Is somebody drinking in the bloody temple? Dear oh flippy dear. Okay, we're gonna have problems with this Sabbath bastard, because apparently he's shown up and is causing trouble. You just committed sacrilege and apparently that's like a crime. So into jail you go. Perfect. So hang about. Over to my jail. I'm known for dedication to my faith and everything. You know what? No. You can come out after the tournament's over. You've already started causing trouble. I'm not having this. Oh, and perfect timing. My son has come of age, though. Oh, dear. Swords, martial education, son. I'm disappointed in you. In this house, we spend the entire domain's treasury on board games, damn it. Okay, it's time for the tournament to begin. So this one works a little bit differently. And, okay, I'm already up to 3 out of 5 on my wits. This is mag-flipping-nificent. More people showing up too. I am just swimming in prestige thanks to this. I've gone up to, yes, the lovely next level, in fact. Marvellous. I'm readying myself for thundering applause. The tourney grounds are silent, save for wind whistling through the trees. This is a disaster. Maybe the situation could be rectified with a new poem composed on the fly. Okay, so apparently this went horribly badly immediately. Right, I'd said a terrible, terrible first round. But I've got a good chance. Oh, this is actually a diplomacy challenge. Okay, I kinda thought this was learning. As it turns out, I've walked straight into diplomacy, which I don't think I'm very good at diplomacy, right? Oh, I'm 5. Okay, so I may have made a slight error in setting up this. Okay, that's fine. Just attempt to do this as best we can. This is a diplomacy challenge, apparently. Just Your verse wins the crowd. Good, 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 good. Bare minimum. I've just gained a little bit of score and some experience in wit. This is boosting my wit at the bare minimum. Another verse done. Another smash hit with the crowd. Very much enjoying myself, and the noisy appreciation of the mob only lifts my spirits higher. So I take some applause. Okay, this is good. This is good. See one of my opponents, Maximus, rehearsing his lines with something of a scowl. Who are you, buddy? Okay, good learning and good diplomacy. Gotcha. So, another burst of applause. He's less than happy with the reception I'm getting. So, okay. The abhorrent fop doodle. Oh, that's an amazing insult. Okay. I need to basically attack him with my poetry. And apparently my diss track targeted at Maximus was enough to carry the contest. Though, to be honest, I feel a bit bad about this. Like, people are gonna think this is a fix. Like, I put on this competition and laid down the prize money, and then I was declared the winner. So I do hope whoever the judges are, they are, you know, very much independent. I'm supposing that yes, even though I didn't bring much diplomacy to the table, I did have decent wit score. So yes, that might count for more than your base attributes when it actually comes to deciding the winner. So I was just able to bring in the victory anyway. So Diogenes apparently in second place right there. Magnificent. Oh yeah. That was definitely what was going on here. He was bringing superior diplomacy, but I brought superior wits. Also, apparently I'm going to receive a prize, so I'm not 100% sure, you know, where that prize is coming from, given I'm going to have to present it to myself. Oh, this looks like a huge fix. I have awarded myself an even more extravagant brooch. On this occasion, oh, of course, this will be where the prize money went. The bigger the prize pool, the better the prize brooch. So, that's actually incredible. My spouse is going to flipping jump me the moment I come through the door. My vassals are going to love me. Bonus 2 knights and loads of prestige. I mean, that's actually pretty bloody incredible. Also, I could give a speech given I am the host, but yes, this is a straight up diplomacy challenge, so there's a 50-50 chance everybody just walks away and doesn't care anymore. So, screw it, let's end on that front, and nobody paid attention. I decided to just stand up and give a victory speech, and everybody cocking wanted off. I love it. And now I have got 2 matching trinkets to wear. Aw, well that is just genuinely really bloody good. Okay. Having set up, paid for, and then probably fixed the first ever Eurovision Song Contest, I think you get the point. This here is Crusader Kings 3 Tours and Tournaments, and I love it. This is precisely what I want a Crusader Kings expansion to be about, okay? It just gives you loads of fun, interesting things to do during peacetime. So it's not just about eventually building up a bigger and bigger army and taking over the world. Instead, you can just have a lovely time becoming the greatest board games player that ever lived, or a masterful knight traveling around and taking part in jousting contests. I mean, right now I'm literally gaining a bonus 5% lifestyle experience to all lifestyles, which is a huge, huge benefit. And I'm even slowly making progress towards, yeah, bow, potentially, together with horse, just from travelling around and doing the odd archery contest. It's just, this is what I want. It's character, it's flavour, it's roleplay. It's precisely what Crusader Kings 3 is all about, and it's just lovely. Because it's also just not something you're going to do with every character. Plenty of characters have got plenty more important, better things they could be doing with their time, but just occasionally you're gonna find a character who's going to enjoy running around the world and taking part in dumb competition. So, oh yeah, this is lovely, and okay, I've seen people mention this before. Lots of people asking, when's the next full series of a Paradox game? I don't know, but I will say, Stellaris Paragons is really cool. This is really cool, so watch this space. We might well at some point in the not too distant future be back diving into a full Paradox series, so keep your eyes open, and hopefully you are looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Crusader Kings 3. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.